When you hear about DayZ, you hear about a lot of betrayals and things, and
Right.
that's like a lot of people say that's what the game's about. But it's, I guess, learning how to trust or not trust people.
Hmm.
And I always say to be paranoid means you're playing it right.
Yeah.
And if you're not paranoid, then it's probably going to get you killed.
Yeah.
So you really have to learn how to like read people, I guess,
Hmm.
just from a voice, which can be interesting. And a lot of the times if there's some red flags, I'll run away from somebody
Yeah.
so they're not going to kill me.
Hey, she's a beauty.
Welcome to Tardex, the podcast for content creators that come on to share their stories, experiences, and advice. And today I'm super excited. I got Holly. Welcome.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
So, when we start the pod, we do 3 random questions. Are you ready?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Number 1, what's the best thing about where you live?
I suppose, well, see, I used to live in the countryside and then I moved to a very sort of more city area.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the good thing about being in a city, a built up area, is just the ease of getting around
Yeah.
and getting to things. Whereas in the countryside, it was you got to travel quite far to get anywhere.
You've got a plan if you got to go get milk or do
Yeah.
shopping or something
Yeah.
like that. Yep, absolutely. All right, you're heading out to your favorite place to eat. What are you getting?
Ooh. Maybe one of my favorite restaurants is Las Iguanas
Mm-hmm.
in town, and it's like a whole different range of type of food, a lot of Mexicans and stuff type like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fajitas or the
Yeah.
burritos that they do. Really good stuff.
Oh, nice. All right. What would be your most watched movie?
Probably Lord of the Rings,
Oh, okay.
all of them.
Yep.
And every time I watch the Lord of the Rings again, I tend to watch the Hobbits afterwards as well.
And what was your take on the Hobbit trilogy?
It was definitely more modernized. They tend to throw a lot more comedy in these type of things, but
Mm-hmm.
it was I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it because I
Nice.
just like the whole world, the
Yep.
whole universe of Lord of the Rings. So
And did you like the TV or the Amazon show they created too?
yeah, I heard there was a lot of mixed reviews on it, but like as a standalone, if you just go into it not following every storyline and things, I think it was a really good series.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, welcome to Tardox. So, first of all, who is Holly Rex before you found the Go Live button? What's your background?
So before I started streaming, I ran a business. So my business is about 9, 10 years old now. I've been
Oh,
running it.
wow.
And I was full time with that for a good 2, 3 years. Um, so I quit my job to focus on the business.
Yeah.
And then I found myself having a lot of spare time. Um, so I kind of wanted to try something on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into streaming and I just really, really enjoyed it.
Oh, awesome. All right. And now, what made you go hit that Go Live button?
So I didn't have a PC like the only PC I had really was when I was a kid at home. We had a family PC,
Mm-hmm.
and then my brothers had their PCs and laptops and stuff, and they did a lot of gaming on that. But they usually didn't let me touch them.
Of course.
So for a long time I didn't have a PC, and then my partner Callum, he was really keen to get a PC. So for his birthday, we got him one, which was August, and then he convinced me to get my own PC so that we could game together and stuff. And but it was such a huge investment.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, whenever I have like a hobby or whatever, I'm pretty frugal with spending money, and I
Yeah.
don't spend a lot often. So I always try and think like I was trying to think, what can I get out back from the PC? So
Mm-hmm.
can I make it work for my business that I was currently doing, or things like this. And then I started as soon as I got the PC. The first game I downloaded was DayZ, and then I started playing that. Had a lot of fun, and I just thought, let's try it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I would enjoy it because I wanted to game,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't sure if I would enjoy gaming as much if I was streaming. I had no idea. Like, it was all very, very new to me.
Yeah.
So I just thought, okay, let's try it. If I don't like it, I don't have to keep doing it. But yeah, I just loved every second of it.
Oh, excellent. And now, when did gaming start for you? Was DayZ your first game, or did you game with your brothers?
No, I was gaming since I was very little. I've got two older brothers, and ever since I was a toddler, I'd be watching them play, or we'd be playing together and stuff. A lot of Zelda, Mario, Pokemon, stuff like that, as
Yeah.
well as when I was a little bit older, when I had the family PC, I would play RuneScape and stuff. I played a lot of console, so a lot of Fallout, Skyrim, Oblivion, this type of stuff. I like open world games
Mhm.
and like delving into that and kind of just spending hundreds of hours in them.
Oh, cool. And now, over the years, what has been your some of your favorite games?
Well, every Zelda game ever. I love the Zelda series. I play a lot of them, and that's one of the first games that I really played
Mhm.
was Ocarina of Time when I was younger. So I love everything about all of them. And I love the Fallout series.
Mhm.
A lot of these games, like I could replay a lot. They have a lot of replayability,
Yeah.
but it's funny. When my brothers were playing DayZ, it was when it was very fast to standalone.
Yeah.
They were playing it on their PCs and their gaming laptops, and they would never let me play because they were too busy playing themselves. So I got to watch a little bit, and I
Yeah.
found it really, really cool and interesting and like really fun that it's like online, and they were saying like, oh, there's a person over there, and I'm like, wow, it's a real person that they're like stalking.
Mhm.
And it was really interesting to watch.
Oh.
But I never knew it was on console. So for the past 10 years or so, I had no idea that I could have been playing it.
Oh, wow.
But it was the first thing I got when I got the PC.
Yeah. Yeah, so many people who have been on the pod talk about Ocarina of Time as their most favorite game. And for me, I've never played it. It was like sort of a time in my life where there was a gap in games and I just missed that game. And so many people speak so highly of it.
Yeah, it's such an incredible game. The nostalgia for me as well, I feel like all of the Zelda series are just so beautifully done. The
Mhm.
music, the gameplay, they're all really incredible.
Nice. And now, when you hit that go live button, you said DayZ was the first game you streamed?
Yeah. DayZ was the first game, yeah.
And then, have you basically just focused as a DayZ streamer, or have you brought in other games over the years?
I have, when a game comes out that I'm interested to play on stream, I've played a bit of that. I've played some scary games as well here and there.
Mhm.
What's the series of games where you make the decision-making ones? They were fun to play. Can't remember what they're called.
Not Resident Evil ones.
No, I can't remember what they're called. The decision-making ones.
Like where you have like three options come up and you got
Yeah.
to pick which one. Okay.
Yeah, they're always fun to play on stream.
Yeah.
Played a little bit of Tarkov. But yeah, mainly DayZ. But if something else comes out, I might dabble, might try it.
Any games coming out that you're looking forward to play?
To be honest, I haven't really kept up with
Mhm.
all the new stuff at the moment,
All
so I'm
right.
not too sure. We the People are definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That I like the direction they're taking that game, and we talked a little bit earlier about how they're involving the community, and it's just they're being open how things are going. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Actually, saying that, another game that I have been having a lot of fun with was Dark and Darker. They
Yeah.
have had a few play tests recently, and yeah, that's been a lot of fun. So I'm interested to see where that goes.
Nice. So when did you first hit that go live button?
October 21.
Okay.
So, yeah, so almost coming up to 2 years now.
Oh, wow. And now, since you've been streaming for the last 2 years, what's been the hardest thing about, being a streamer?
Honestly, probably not like stopping myself from streaming too much.
Yeah.
Because I have so much fun with it. that I just, if I'm not doing anything in a day, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I just go live and
Yeah.
have fun with the chat and play games. But that if you're streaming all the time, you can't get anything else done. So it's like balancing the time.
Yes.
Just because it's so much fun. The streaming is the fun bit, and then you've got all the other stuff that I try and get done.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, it's so much more than just playing a video game on stream. There's so much that goes along with it, all of the social aspects of it, creating content to upload, edit, and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I really try and keep on top of it because I've got the YouTube going as well. So I've been trying to, on my days off, I'll focus on editing and stuff. I say days off from streaming, but I'll be doing all of that in that time.
Yeah. But it doesn't, it doesn't feel like a job. Well, if, because like you were just talking about, if you're not doing anything, you want to stream, and it's great because you have that passion. You enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think with having my business before as well, so for a long time I was working full time, and basically it was another full time job. And I'd finish work, I'd come home, I'd work on the business, and so I've kind of learned from that. There's a lot of things that I brought over from like learning from that business that I brought over to this, where because for a couple of years then I was just focused on my business from home. So yeah, it's a lot of it feeds into it, and I've learned a lot with like time management and stuff and self-motivation from that too.
Absolutely. And now when how did you end up finding Twitch? Was it, just growing up, your brothers, you find, watching people play games on stream, or, what was your, sort of, how did you discover streaming?
Honestly, when I started streaming, I was very new to all of it. I watched like YouTube videos here and there, but
Yeah.
not really tied into Twitch so much. I didn't actually watch. I think when I started streaming, that's when I made my Twitch account.
Yeah.
I didn't have an account
Oh,
before
wow.
that. So it was all very, very new to me. But now obviously I watch streamers here and there, but yeah, it was all very new.
And now, those first few times you went live and you had, strangers coming in and chatting with you. What was that experience like?
It was really cool. Actually, when I first started, I was playing DayZ for about a month or so before I started streaming, and I would be playing it every day, and I'd be meeting the same people in game because I'd
Okay.
be playing the same server. So we created a Discord. So like if we met somebody and they wanted to jump in the Discord so we could play again together, we did that. So I made a lot of friends in the first month, and then they kind of egged me on to stream as well, which was good because I was really on the fence. I didn't want it to impact my enjoyment of the game,
Right.
because I had no idea what to expect with it. But yeah, they egged me on, and then when I started streaming, they were in the chat and stuff. So it was nice. There was familiar faces
Yeah.
in my chat, which was really, really good.
Oh, that's awesome. So cool. And now, since you started streaming, what's been, some of the high points, some of the, wow, I can't believe that happened.
It's all, I mean, it's such a snowball, it seems.
Yeah.
And I get to one milestone, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And then, a few months later, we're hitting more milestones, and it's all kind of, it's just like a snowball effect. So it's difficult to pick anything in particular.
Now, when did you know you could take this full time? Was it, something happened like, a big raid and just progress, just every day your viewer count kept going up, your community got larger, or was there something just gradually over time, just being consistent and streaming every day?
Yeah, I think the consistency definitely helps. But for me, it was kind of, I was in a very lucky position because I was already working from home, and my business, I'd like streamlined everything with that to the point where I had all this free time. I could still focus on the business, making me my full-time income. And then I could see where the streaming would take me. But it was very, very quick. Like, so I bought the PC, and I was, I had made back what I spent on the PC in the first 2 months,
Oh, wow.
which just I was blown away with. I was like, wow, this is happening.
Yeah.
And so then when I started really enjoying it, and month after month, I kept earning, a sizable income
Yeah.
from it. It started to overtake my business. So then I started putting more attention into streaming, just because I was having so much fun with it. I just wanted to put more time and stream more. So now I'm at the point where it's my full-time thing, and my business, I don't spend anywhere near as much time on it. It's a side thing now.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And now, something that nothing really prepares you for when you're streaming is when those big raids happen to you. Any big raids that stick out for you, where somebody, you're streaming with X number, and all of a sudden now you've got triple X numbers in your chat, and your chat windows flying by and everything.
Yeah, there has been a lot of big raids. I mean, the biggest raid that I ever had was from Iowan, which is biggest Spanish streamer. Because I bumped into them in game. We went on a very short run, and then I had, a bunch of people coming into my chat already without the raid, and I was really overwhelmed. It was because I had my alerts on. It was breaking my stream,
Oh,
and it
no.
was like lagging my game. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's happening. And then a little bit later on, we were having a fight. I lost them because we died or something. So I was with another group, and then we ended up having a snipe off with somebody, and it happened to be him. And I got a really good shot on him from really far away. And it happened to be him. So then he came over with the raid, and it was really, really cool. Chat was just crazy, but all the support from that was awesome. He's got a really good community.
Oh, awesome. That's so cool. Now, if somebody was thinking about hitting that go live button today, what kind of advice would you have for them?
I think obviously having, I feel like you don't need to do much. You don't need all the fancy overlays and all this. As long as you have, decent audio. And then I'd say one of the main things is just consistency. So even if you can't stick to a weekly schedule, just have at least 1 or 2 days where you can say, this 1 or 2 days, that's when I'm going to be live, and then everything else will. That's what I did at first. It was I think I had 2 days or 3 days where I was like, these days I'm live, everything else will work around team ups or around what's going on. But yeah, I think letting people know exactly when to expect you and being consistent with that is really, really key.
Yeah, great advice. And now, something I ask a lot of the creators who've been on are, to share their Twitch partner story. What is your partner story? When did you find out? How many times did you apply?
I started in October, and then by April, I was able to apply. And by April, I was consistently over 75, but sometimes over 100. So when I applied, I waited a few weeks, and then they actually got back to me in May, a couple days before my birthday, I think, which was really, really cool. So now my birthday and my partner anniversary are at the same time.
Oh, no way.
But yeah, I applied once and they accepted.
That's fantastic.
So it was really, really exciting.
And now, do you remember where you were when you got the notification? Were you on stream at that time, or?
No, I definitely wasn't streaming, because I was wondering whether I announce it in my Discord and stuff, or whether I do it on stream and have a big thing. But yeah, I think I saw the email maybe in the morning. So I got on the phone to Callum, my partner. I was just really excited about it.
Awesome. Yeah, I had one person on. She was out at dinner with a bunch of friends, and she got word, and she was all excited, and all her friends they have no idea what streaming is or anything like that. What's your family and friends think? Do they have a concept of what you do, or are they you just play video games?
Well, yeah, they don't, obviously with their milestones and stuff, they might not understand how significant they are. But yeah, they're very, very happy for me. And awesome. My brother, in particular, he watched a lot of TRMZ and stuff when he started playing DayZ when he was younger as well. So he has that kind of concept about it from him. And yeah, he thinks it's really, really cool.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That I'm, making money playing DayZ and stuff and making a living doing that.
Oh, that's so cool. And speaking of DayZ, what was your path to it? How did you end up finding it?
Well, it was just from my brothers, watching my brothers play.
Yeah.
When it first came out, so it must have been around 2013.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it came out, they were really, really excited about it. And it's funny thinking back at it now because like I can compare how I play to how I watched them play,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very different. I remember my oldest brother, he would find a tower and get a sniper, find a tower, and he would sit there for hours and just wait for people to come by.
Oh, that's too funny. And what is the hook that DayZ has on you that, makes you excited to play it every day?
I think it's the fact that the interactions and stuff can be so different. You find different people every day. Just the social aspect of DayZ is incredible.
Nice. And now, do you find I had when Dr. Dreiss was on, I asked him, because he plays a lot of European servers, was there a difference in play style versus playing EU servers versus North American servers? For you, do you sort of play on both sides of the pond, and do you notice a difference in play style or people's interactions when you're playing on different servers?
I guess the servers that I play now, even so I play a lot of Zero servers, and even though they're based in Europe, they get a lot of American players because it's so popular. So on these servers, not so much. I mean, in the past, it has been more like if you're playing an EU server, maybe there's a lot of like groups that are speaking different languages and stuff because there's so many different languages in Europe. So for that reason, I would opt for like American servers if possible, so that I know that like they're usually going to be speaking English.
Yeah.
But now it's very much even the European servers, the popular ones, they have everybody from around the world on there.
That's so cool.
So it's really cool. Yeah.
Nice. And now, how would you describe your sort of your preferred server to play on? A vanilla type server? Which certain maps do you enjoy?
Yeah, I love vanilla DayZ, but like a lot of the servers that I play, like Zero or Day One, it's like vanilla-esque, so it's quality of life mods and stuff just to improve the game that little bit more. So yeah, that and no base servers. I've never actually done any base building or anything. I love the adventure of it, the no base servers.
Yeah, that's what got me hooked into it. This whole pod started, really in the Tarkov space, and then I had Ariana on, and her excitement for the game got the game sat in my Steam library for probably 8 years and never played it. And then after having her on, hearing the excitement, and every game is an adventure, it's like, all right, I got to try it, and I got hooked. It's a wonderful game.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll be hooked as soon as you play a little bit. That's it.
Yeah.
It's so addictive because it's just so, it's like a big playground for kids, like for adults. You can do what you want, and it's the fact that you can speak to people as well, and especially on PC, a lot of people speak back, so it's really, really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, for you, what was the hardest thing to learn playing the game?
Well, I guess at first, I guess it's like learning. At first, when you hear about DayZ, you hear about a lot of betrayals and things, and that's like a lot of people say that's what the game's about. But it's, I guess, learning how to trust or not trust people. And I always say to be paranoid means you're playing it right.
Yeah.
And if you're not paranoid, then it's probably going to get you killed. Yeah. So you really have to learn how to like read people, I guess, just from a voice, which can be interesting. And it, a lot of the times if there's some red flags, I'll run away from somebody so they're not going to kill me.
And now, getting going, when you start a new raid or a new adventure, what is your strategy to get, food? What's your sort of, do you have a starting strategy when you start off on a new adventure?
Yeah, I think, I guess it depends on the map. Say if I was playing Essica or something, the first thing I want to do is get a gun. If I was playing Namalsk, it'd be, get some clothes, get some food. But yeah, other maps, usually it's get some food together and then try and find a gun. Or try and find a teammate. Yeah. And then head in.
Now, do you prefer to play alone, or do you have, do you like to hook up with other people and start a fresh raid or adventure that way?
Well, I feel like I'm some days, especially with streaming, I feel like being solo
Hmm.
can be good to be able to talk to chat and
Yeah.
focus on chat more. So I appreciate my solo days, but also I love teaming up with people. So I'm never going to go into a day and say I'm only going to be solo today.
Yeah.
I'll always be open to, if I meet somebody and talk to them
Hmm.
and run with them. Because yeah, like some days I'll be solo, some days I'll run with a group of 5 people, and it'll
Yeah.
be chaos, and it's that's half of the fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it's a lot of people who, play the game. They prefer to play solo because they can focus more on chat. Like you were just saying, like if you're solo, you're, in tune with chat. But I've had, content creators come on and say, hey, today's a special day. I'm playing with XYZ, and you guys are almost like along for the ride. And, it's how you approach it works either way.
Yeah, for sure. I do try and I don't like to miss messages in chat, so I try my best to read everything. But yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of the times, especially if you're in a fight or something, it can be difficult.
Yeah.
But I think that it's when I'm solo, if I'm like really in the map or geared or something, it can sometimes make it more difficult to read chat because you have to have eyes in the back of your head, so
Yes.
you've really got to concentrate more. But yeah, I really don't mind either way.
Yeah. And now Daisy seems like it's the perfect game to stream because you can have moments where, sort of quiet moments where you can really just, interact with your chat. And then there's moments where it's high intensity, and it seems like has a nice balance for a streamer to play.
Yeah, I'd say it's the perfect game to stream
Yeah.
because yeah, you could go hours without seeing anybody and just surviving and looting, and like I feel like that's a great opportunity to talk to chat. You can talk about anything,
Yeah.
so it's not always just focused on the game. We'll have conversations about anything, but then suddenly you're getting shot at and everything's all up in the air, and it's it can be very 0 to 100.
Yeah. And now, when you hear the gunshots, are you one of those people that run towards the gunshots, or sort of, all right, I'm not ready for this, or let's go keep our adventure going?
Well, as long as the gunshots aren't at me, I'll run towards it. If they're at me, I'll run to cover. But yeah, I definitely run towards the
Yeah.
shots. I like to get involved
Yeah.
and see what I can do.
Excellent. Now, is there anything you would like to see Daisy, the developers add to Daisy? Anything missing that you would like? Yeah, it really needs this.
I guess there's a few things. One of the main things that I would say is well, there's a couple things actually. Login noises and log out noises. I'm really keen to see them add. I put something in the feedback tracker about it as well. Like if somebody's logging out, you do a yawn or something. So there's
Oh.
an audible cue. So
Yeah.
if somebody's outside, they're gonna know because there's a lot of combat loggers, so that
Yeah.
that can really ruin the immersion and stuff when you're in the middle of a fight or you're having a standoff with somebody, and then you've been waiting outside for half an hour but nobody's inside because they've logged
Yeah.
off. So a little cue like that would be, I would be up for that. That would be really helpful to avoid combat logging and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the way so when you hip fire, you know how it's just straight down.
Yes.
It's pinpoint accuracy, pretty much. I'd love to see that a little bit more Tarkov style, where
Mhm.
the bullets go a bit stray, so it's not like a crosshair won't help you.
Right.
So yeah, I'd love to see something like almost like legacy gunplay.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that don't like that. But maybe that a little bit more fine tuned.
Okay. And yeah, I really like that logging idea, a noise, because like you said, if you're, you're waiting a half hour and somebody just, all right, quit. It's like, it's, it's like you said, it just kills that immersion and, kills your time from playing the game too. Now it's like, okay, that sort of, it sort of breaks it. All right.
Yeah.
So I did not know the ish sliders were, could be a controversial subject. When Joe was on, she's like, she's not a fan of these. And apparently, that was, so I'd like to get your take on the ish sliders.
The ish sliders. Yeah. So they have been nerfed recently, actually. And I am not a fan of the nerf. I think it's a pain when somebody just sneaks up on you and it's so silent. But, I think Jez made an interesting point actually, where it's maybe if you had the ish sliders on, it would it would make a hurt noise every
Mhm.
now and then, as if you're
Oh,
walking on a stone or
yeah,
something. So like there's that. It's not going to be completely silent, and there's a risk you're going to make a noise when
yeah.
you use them. But yeah, I think the recent nerf on them, where it's like they only last for about 10, 15 minutes,
Oh,
and
okay.
they're not silent anymore. Like they're as loud as boots. So
Yeah.
I think they're louder than trainers, which it doesn't make sense to
No.
me. I feel like they should definitely be quieter. But yeah, Jez's idea with the little hurt noise every now and then
Yeah,
on random occasions could be interesting.
I like that. Like little, yeah, like as if you're stepping on Legos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Now, do you participate in any of the Daisy events that the community runs or anything like that?
Yes, I'm usually all over events. I love an event, and the events. There's been a lot recently, and it's been a
Hmm.
lot of fun. It's been really really cool to take part in them all.
Nice. Any particular ones that you stick out that have been really enjoyable?
Well, pretty much any of Happy Bomb's events
Yeah.
have been awesome. I've played a few of them, and like the True Colors one that
Yeah.
was in Deer Isle, I think. Um, that was really really fun, and I had a lot of, I did pretty good on it, and it's always a really good feeling when you do an event and you do good, even
Yeah.
if you don't win. Like I don't expect to win any of these events, but as long as I do something,
Hmm.
then I'm happy with it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. The first Queens of the Castle, I was in that, and that
Yeah.
was really really cool.
Oh, cool.
Um, and yeah, the first and the second one I was in. Uh,
Any events you're looking forward to that are coming up?
um, I don't I don't think I'm signed up to any that are coming up
Yeah.
now. I think maybe we're due some. I feel like there's going to be something coming hopefully soon from Happy Bombs, because we
Yeah.
haven't seen a True Colors or anything recently.
Oh,
So yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
cool. And now, how would you describe the Daisy community?
Mostly they're an incredible community.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you don't look too much on Twitter,
Yeah.
it's usually there's a few bad eggs,
Yeah.
as
But
with
that's
every
life.
community.
Yes.
Yeah, but honestly, when I started streaming, I was amazed by how much love and support, and these people that have been playing the games for years, and I just
Hmm.
come along and I don't know what I'm doing, and they support and raid and stuff, and it's really really cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that's really, that's really impressive, I think, is the how healthy the female Daisy creators are. There's so many good creators out there and they're kicking butts, and it's really nice to see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think one of my first streams on IzTech back in the day was I ran into Echo, and at this point I had no idea who anybody was, because
Yeah.
I didn't I just started streaming and I didn't know about the community. I wasn't on Twitter or anything. But yeah, I ran into Echo, and we had a really really cool run on IzTech, and yeah, it was a really nice introduction, especially meeting one of the great females of the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah. Very cool. And now I also see that you're part of the Survivors. What is the Survivors?
So it's a stream team, originally created by TRMZ, although he doesn't like run it anymore because of time constraints, I
Hmm.
guess. But yeah, it's just a stream team full of. I was actually invited to it, and I was honored to be invited. But yeah, it's full of awesome Daisy creators,
Nice.
and yeah, it's a really cool thing to be a part of.
Excellent. Yeah. There's some really great names in there.
Yeah.
Cool. And now, how would you describe the Holly Rex community?
Honestly, so sometimes I'll like check out other people's chats, or like I'll be hanging out in streams, and sometimes it can, chats can be pretty toxic, or you have to like they have to ban a bunch of people,
Yeah.
or you get a lot of trolls. Surprisingly, I very very rarely ever have to ban anybody or time anybody out or
Hmm.
anything like that. I basically have no mods the majority of the time in my chat. Um, so and it's just I'm amazed at they're always so great
Yeah.
and nice and kind. So yeah, it's really really nice for me.
Excellent. Now, do you go to any of the Twitch cons or any other, gaming events?
No, but I will be going to TwitchCon Vegas this year.
Oh, no
I've got my
way.
tickets, and yeah, I'm ready.
Excellent.
So
Now,
that'll be my first one.
have you ever been to Vegas before?
I haven't never been to
Oh.
America, so it's my
Oh,
first
no
time.
way.
Yeah.
Excellent. you will be in for an amazing, amazing adventure.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like to gamble, the people watching alone in Vegas is, top tier. You will see all sorts of, interesting folks. And yeah, like you walk by and there's like, $1,000 slot machines and you see a little old granny just dropping her coins in. And it's just like, some of it is mind boggling.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. And mostly I'm excited to go and meet some of the other community members that
Yeah.
are going to be there from DayZ.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of people on, and it's, when it was their first TwitchCon, you're going there and you almost have like two roles. One is you're going there and seeing some of the peers that you stream with, you've seen, and almost like as, it's like, people you admire, and then you turn this way and there's people from your community coming up and you're now in that role of that admirer. So it's going to be a interesting thing when you come back to get your take on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, looking forward to anything in particular when you go over there?
Honestly, it's just going to be meeting people. I'm going over on my own, so it's very nerve-wracking. I'll be traveling on my own, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to meeting people and networking, I guess, and seeing what TwitchCon is all about.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Now, are you just going to Vegas, or are you adding any other stops along the way?
Just to Vegas. So TwitchCon's on for the weekend, but I'll be going for the week because I can't really go to Vegas just for a weekend if it's my first time. So yeah, I'll be looking for other things to do around TwitchCon.
Yeah.
I've heard there's a lot of shooting ranges out there, which could be interesting.
Yes.
So we might hit up a shooting range or something.
Yes, there is, and you can fire all sorts of guns, and it's a lot of people who've done it have a blast with it.
Yeah, I've got an idea. I need to put it in. We've got a chat for everybody that's going.
Mm-hmm.
I've got an idea to try and get the DayZ lot to do like a paintball thing or an airsoft thing there.
Oh, excellent. Now, something that people don't realize is, as a full-time content creator, you don't get sick days, you don't get vacation days. So now you taking this week off as a live streamer, you've got, you're going to take a, sort of everybody who leaves for, any period of time sees their viewership go down and whatnot. Now you've got to come back, build that up. But having no sick time or vacation time, that's not an easy thing to try to balance.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, again, with my other business, I had the same thing. Like,
yes.
Luckily, if I was sick, honestly, when I would be sick, that's when I'd work the most with my other business because I could just do a lot of it from my phone or from my laptop. So with those days off, it's when I'd get the most done. But obviously with streaming, it's a bit different because, if I'm sick, I can't stream. But I've not had any extended period of time off since I started, to be honest. So it will be interesting, but hopefully, I mean, I would be interested to try an IRL stream, but I'm not sure how that works without all this stuff.
Yes.
So, so I might look into that.
Now, out of all the I don't want you to feel like you're leaving out names. So who are you looking forward to most in, meeting in IRL?
Just, I guess, anybody, like anybody from the community. There's some maybes and stuff. So I'm not sure exactly who's going. There's some people that are definitely going, but yeah, it would be really cool to see a lot more faces there.
Excellent. So now when you sign off for the day and you're not editing or anything like that, what do you like to do away from the computer?
At the moment, I've been watching Game of Thrones again.
Yeah.
So I've been spending a lot of time watching that. Whenever I finish stream, I'll go to bed and watch an episode of that. On the weekend just gone, I did a lot of cooking. So I batch cook a lot of stuff whenever I've got time. I enjoy cooking or baking, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically just hanging out with Huey and Callum when I can and relaxing.
Nice. Did you know that in the Tarkov community, we have our own Jon Snow lookalike?
Oh, really?
Mr. Gibbons.
Ah, okay. Oh, yes. I know Mr. Gibbon. Yeah, he's been doing DayZ recently.
Yes, he has. Yeah. And some of the stuff he's come out with, he is so funny. Yes. But yeah, it's you look at it, it's like, oh my God, that is Jon Snow. Totally. Yes.
Yeah, I never really thought about it now, actually. I'm going to have to look at him again.
Yeah, absolutely. So any events coming up or any goals that you're looking forward to hitting this year?
So there's the Partner Plus program on Twitch that has just been rolled out,
Mhm.
and I am I'm surprisingly close. When I checked, I thought, you know, it's probably way out of reach, but when I
Yeah.
checked it, it's surprisingly close to the goal. Um, so I've been pushing for that, and it would be amazing if I could reach it. But yeah, it's a very tough goal to reach.
It
So
is. Yeah, absolutely. And something on the YouTube side of things. You know, have you done much on the short side of the short form, or they call it the vertical content?
yeah, I for a long time I've been putting out daily shorts. Now
Hmm.
I'm doing it like every other day, but yeah, for a long time I was making daily shorts, which really helped the channel. It
Yeah.
boosted it, and then I do the VODs. I put VODs up, but I am in the talks with somebody at the moment to get some edited content because I
Yeah.
did used to edit content when I first started my channel, but it's very small at that point. Um, so, and then it started growing when I was doing the VODs and the shorts.
Yeah.
So, but at the moment, unfortunately, I don't have a ton of time to be editing,
Hmm.
um, like, 20, 30-minute videos.
Right.
So it's convenient for me to put the VODs up in the shorts, but I am trying to get somebody to edit some of the adventures down to little bite-size videos.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, there's two points there. One, the shorts. A lot of people, just putting a daily short up or every couple of days. Yeah, they're using it as for like an advertisement. Hey, channel people over to your main channel, and it surprisingly can really work.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Yeah.
I don't think the channel will be half as big as it was now if it wasn't for like the daily shorts for
Yeah.
a while.
And then, hitting on your editing subject, a lot of people who've been doing this a long time, when I ask them, what would you change if you could go back? And they said they would have hired an editor earlier. And then, having that editor is, it lets them focus on other things, or also just focus on the stream.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the dream to have somebody to edit like a video a week or something,
Yeah.
but obviously it can be very expensive.
Yeah.
So now since I've got my YouTube channel monetized, so now I make some money from the VODs and the shorts.
Hmm.
So I've decided I'm just instead of, cause I'm really the type of person that if I can do it myself, I want to do it myself because I can be a control freak with everything, like
Hmm.
with my business, with my channel, with everything. Um, but it's such a huge time to you really need to edit these videos. And it would be a huge relief to have somebody else be able
Yep.
to do that for me. So I've decided I'm just going to reinvest any of the ad revenue that I've
Okay.
earned on YouTube
Yeah.
into an editor, and then we could like it's no loss. We can just see if it grows the channel because I really think edited content would help it grow even more.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, the one thing I did hear about people trying to find an editor, it's tough because you want, like you said, giving up control, finding somebody who sort of, understands your style. That's probably the hardest part when it comes to trying to find the editor.
Yeah, for sure. At the moment, I'm just trying to navigate the best, most productive way to give them what they need
Yeah.
to edit. So, like, a lot of my adventures end up being like 9 hours long.
Yeah.
So, editing 9 hour VOD, especially when you haven't watched it, so you
Mhm.
don't know what happened or what the story is, I would
Yeah.
really have to like give them the story. And then, one tip actually for editing that I will always do now is whenever I was editing a really long VOD, I would put it on like 1.5 times
Yep.
speed or 2 times speed to cut that
Mhm.
almost in half. And then you could just kind of watch, and I would cut it up like that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way to give the editor what they would
Yeah.
need to
Makes sense.
edit it, quickly and efficiently.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my tip for when I'm doing audiobooks. 1.5 or 2 times speed. Get through the book faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people say that they watch YouTube videos and stuff in 2 times
Okay.
speed, but I don't think I could do that. Or they watch series in
Yeah.
2 times
Oh,
speed.
I
I don't
didn't
think I
think
would
of
want to
that.
do that though.
No, that is interesting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've heard it from a lot of people.
Okay, very interesting. All right. Well, hey, Holly, thank you so much for being on the pod. If you ever want to come back, you always have an open invite, and I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. And one thing before I let you go, though, it's tradition. You have to call out somebody to come on the pod who you think would have a good story.
Ooh, Oh, I'll have to say Lexi.
Okay.
It's Lexify.
All right.
Yeah,
There we go.
I'm
So-
sure she'd be a great podcast
Excellent.
member.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate
Okay.
it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for having me. Thank you for the chat.